Hey guys, the holidays are coming, routines are disrupted, and most people wait until January to reset. Today on Finding Freedom, we're doing the opposite. I'm giving you 10 health rules to get you through the holidays and to set your baseline to launch into 2026. Let's get to it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Finding Freedom here on the Lions of Liberty Podcast Network. And got a different type show for you today. We'll get to that in a minute. You know, it's kind of been on my heart to talk to people, to help people how to get through this holiday season with your health intact in one piece. So we'll get to that in a minute. But first, Fox and Sons coffee. It's what I drink every single day. It's what is in my cup right now. I just got another bag of the Ethiopian bean, which is delicious, and you can get yours today. Go to foxandsons.com. Check out everything that owner Stephen Fox has there. Of course, you got the whole bean, you got the ground, whatever you need to meet your coffee manufacturing methods or coffee brewing methods. You can find it there at foxandsons.com. That's foxnsons.com. You can get 15% off an order of $40 or more by using promo code John, JOHN, at checkout. Go support a like-minded entrepreneur. Support Fox and Sons, and get some great coffee. So today on the show, like I said at the top of the show, we're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about the holidays, the obstacle of navigating this crazy holiday season and making it out in one piece. You know, it's no secret that this time of year people get sick. You go to parties, you talk to friends, you go to work, whatever. Is people runny noses, they're coughing. People are just struggling with their health overall, right? And that's not only because there's more germs going around. In fact, I think that probably to a lesser degree has less to do with it than the behaviors that we all kind of just fall into during the holidays. And I want to teach you today, instead of, because I think so many people have this mentality out there that, okay, I'm just going to go through the holidays, I'll kind of just let myself go, just, kind of maybe have more sweets than I normally do, and get less sleep and drink more alcohol and stop working out. And you know what? To a certain, I'm not saying don't have sweets. I'm not saying cut back a little bit on the working out. I'm not saying even cut back, maybe your sleep schedule gets a little disrupted. Life happens. You're traveling, you're visiting family, whatever. Life happens. The point is not to make this into a method to make your holidays miserable, but to stay healthy. No, it's to make your holidays enjoyable, stay healthy, and launch into 2025. And you don't have to wait to start your New Year's resolution on January 1st. In fact, if you do, you're probably going to fail, because New Year's resolutions really don't work. What works is creating habits, creating sustainable change in your life that you can then build upon and you can grow with and you can scale into different parts of your life. So today, the 10 things I'm going to talk about today, and I got to get started talking about them because I only have 20 minutes left, and then I got a meeting, so I got a hard stop in 20 minutes. So we're going to get into it. 10 things. What did I title the show? 10 rules to survive the holidays and launch strong into 2026. So first thing, move every day. Move your body every single day. When you don't feel like moving, that means you got to move. This doesn't mean that you need to go to the gym every day. This doesn't mean that you need to run every day. This doesn't even mean that you need to go for a walk every day. This doesn't mean you got to jump on your walking pad and get a certain amount of steps in every day. It simply means you need to move your body. You need to break up the monotony. You need to move so you can help to balance your blood sugars, get some energy back, flow your lymphatic systems, detox some of the sugars and junk that you have in your body. Now, that could be going for a walk. That could be jumping on the treadmill for 10, 15 minutes. That could be running to the gym and doing a quick circuit workout. It could also be just doing 10, 15, 20, 25 push-ups, whatever you can do a couple times throughout the day. That resets your system, helps to balance your blood sugar. It could be every morning, waking up and doing what I talked about a few episodes ago with the beginning of this month with the lymphatic activation flow that I've been helping people build into a habit in their life. Just doing that takes 10 minutes. It's totally low impact. Boosts your metabolism, gives you energy for the day. You incorporate the breath work into it as well. It's a fantastic start to the day. So this doesn't have to be something drastic, and this is something you can start doing tomorrow. You don't have to wait until January 1st. Just make a commitment to yourself. Gonna move every single day. And at the end of this, I will talk about some ways to incorporate all these habits and some tips on how I've done it myself. Number 2, prioritize protein at every meal. I think most people know that word has gotten out that you need protein in your diet. That what we were taught growing up with the food pyramid, 11 servings of grains, that is not the way to lead a healthy life. So protein helps to stabilize your blood sugar. It's going to reduce to a certain extent your carb cravings. It's going to preserve your muscle mass. So if you are someone who's normally lifting, 3 to 5 days a week, and you have to cut back during the holidays because you're traveling or your schedule's just crazy with different parties you're going to and whatnot, make sure you're getting your protein because you're going to preserve that muscle. If you starve that muscle, it's gone. If you're not feeding the muscle, it's going to hurt you. Going to hurt you in the long run. The other thing with protein that not everyone knows this is within your meal, on your plate, say you're having some steak and you're having some mashed potatoes and some broccoli or cauliflower or carrots or something like that. Ideally, you should eat some of that steak first. Don't gobble up your mashed potatoes just because, I love this delicious potatoes and butter. Nothing against mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes too. Just eat some of your steak first. Eat some of those, delicious roasted vegetables first. Then have some of your mashed potatoes. Then maybe have some of the, hopefully, sourdough bread, a healthy bread that you have on your table. Even if you have just regular store-bought bread, store-bought rolls, whatever, have the protein first. That's going to help. It's going to help you from overeating, and it helps to boost your metabolism as well. Okay, hydration first. Every morning, I've been doing this for years. I start every morning with water mixed with an electrolyte drink. It is so important to start your day by getting hydrated. You don't want to wake up and pour caffeine in your body right away. That sets off your cortisol, puts you into fight or flight, and that is not an ideal way to start your day. Even when I'm going to the gym first thing in the morning, I have electrolytes first and go to the gym. I'm not really big into pre-workouts anymore. My electrolytes are essentially my pre-workouts, but if you do use pre-workouts, I can give you a good alternative for that isn't going to stress your cortisol to an extent that is, of course, there's nothing wrong. I don't want to say there's anything wrong with having caffeine before a workout. A lot of people use that. I've done it in the past. It's just not my preference now, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so dehydration. A lot of people, when you're dehydrated, and if you're having sugar and alcohol, and you're not sleeping a lot, maybe you're staying in a place that's not familiar, so you're getting poor quality sleep. That dehydration, it masks itself as hunger. So you're at you're home for the holidays, you're at your in-laws' house, you're at your family's house, whatever, and oh man, you're waking up. I mean, you're always hungry. You're always snacking, and there's all these snacks laying around, and you're just eating. You're probably dehydrated. You're not hungry. Make sure that you're drinking water, that you're getting electrolytes, and you're good. Okay. All right. Next up. Also, before, during, and after drinking alcohol, hydrate. Before workouts, hydrate. Before meals, hydrate. Okay, alcohol. I drink alcohol. I drink beer. I drink eggnog with a little bit of bourbon in it. Of course, I do make homemade eggnog, because the eggnog in the stores from everywhere I've seen is garbage and has garbage ingredients in it. So I make my own eggnog. I'm going to be posting my recipe soon, so follow me on Instagram, or maybe I'll post it on Twitter too, on X, if you want to see my eggnog recipe. Okay, alcohol is a stressor, guys. You need to turn around your relationship with alcohol. You got to have some intent with how you are using alcohol. All right, like if you're at your in-laws and you're stressed out and you're turning to alcohol to relax, if you're stressed out because you don't have your Christmas shopping done and you're drinking alcohol, if you're stressed out because it's coming up to the holidays, you got a bunch of work you got to get done, you're turning to alcohol, that's not good. I think people know that, even the ones who are doing that. So have some intention with when you're drinking alcohol. I used to drink a lot more, and there really wasn't a lot of thought process into drinking alcohol. I would just do it. It was just kind of ingrained within me. And I think a lot of people fall into that trap, especially in social circles. You want to fit into, so you grab a drink at a party. You don't have to do that. I mean, alcohol is a major disruptor. If you can I'm not telling you to quit drinking for the holidays, okay? I'm just saying, if you can be intentional with when you're drinking alcohol and cut back on it just somewhat, a little bit, a little less than last year, it's going to help you, because alcohol disrupts your sleep, disrupts your gut health, disrupts your hormones, disrupts everything. So even if you can reduce that by a little bit, it's going to help you, and you're going to feel better going into 2026. Next one, sleep. I keep hinting at sleep. Sleep's important. I think people know that. I don't need to spend a lot of time on this, I don't think. Sleep helps to govern your appetite, your mood, your immunity, your recovery. Staying up late, not getting enough sleep, waking up early to drive somewhere in a road trip, and then not catching up on it. This has impacts. And this, I mean, there's different layers to this, right? Like the sleep, you get less sleep, messes up your appetite, you're eating more, you're craving sugars. It's kind of like a snowball, right? It messes up your mood, you get in fights with your family, you sleep less because of that, messes with your immunity, you get sick, you get less poor quality sleep, and you're taking NyQuil and Dayquil, which is messing with your body as well. So it's a cumulative disruptor, sleep. If you get behind in it, snowballs out of control. Number 6, prioritize gut health. If you guys know anything about me, I am the gut health guy. I will vouch 100% for gut health having a huge impact in helping me to lose 50 pounds and keep it off. Gut health, having poor gut health. Everything ties together here. Poor sleep ties into bad gut health. Low stress ties into gut health. Sugar ties into gut health. Sugar, if you're eating sugar, you're feeding candida in your gut. Candida is the yeast that we is in our body by design for when we die. It helps our bodies to decompose. Unfortunately, with the diets that we have today, and especially around the holidays, candida can get totally out of control because it feeds on sugar. And candida gets this hard shell around it in the gut. So if you're simply just taking a probiotic and you're wishing and hoping that the probiotic is going to help you and help heal, help restore your gut health, most of the time it's not, because those good cultures, if they even make it to your gut, are unable to latch on and are unable to proliferate, because they can't find a spot with all of the candida that is leaked and grown up into the gut. So gut health is the key. You want to think about with the foods that you eat too. I mean, you want to eat fiber. You want to feed your gut prebiotics. Prebiotics are the food that the probiotics eat, so those good culture strains can proliferate in the gut, and it's like a constant battle, constant back and forth in the gut between good and bad bacteria. And during the holidays, the bad bacteria thrives on the poor choices you're making, the sugar, the alcohol, the processed foods. And actually, those bad bacteria through the gut-brain axis will send signals up to your brain that will say, feed me more Doritos, feed me more buffalo chicken dip. And nothing wrong with buffalo chicken dip. I love buffalo chicken dip. I'm making it today, actually, to take it to my Bible study group. But my point is, in moderation, right? So understand that the choices you're making impact your brain and impact the way you're making future choices. So be intentional about the choices you're making, and you can be intentional and heal some of the damage that's been done. So that brings me to number 7, a way to navigate these holidays and to launch into 2026. Supplements. So supplements are a support, right? They don't replace good food habits, good movement habits, things like that. They don't replace not getting enough protein, but they can fill the gaps in, especially if you have good supplements, bioavailable supplements. And like I talked about with the probiotic before, the probiotic I take has a digestive enzyme in it that eats away at the candida in the gut and helps to move it out of the gastrointestinal tract so good cultures can take hold. So you want your probiotics to be working with you to help you to achieve your goals. So, I mean, some things with supplements around the holidays, detox is a constant thing. I don't believe in like doing a 10-day detox, a 30-day detox. I think detox is something you should always be doing. I take a supplement every night that helps my liver to detox heavy metals and toxins. I do my lymphatic activation flow routine to help my body, my lymphatic system to flush out toxins. I eat an apple every single day to help, which what an apple does is it'll bind to toxins in the gut and help to carry them out. Another thing, we talked about probiotics before, magnesium. Magnesium is so important. So magnesium is essential for how the body processes sugar. This is because magnesium is required for insulin to work properly and for glucose to actually enter into your cells, okay? So without enough magnesium, insulin signaling, it's stopped. It doesn't work right. So blood sugar stays elevated, and the body's more likely to store sugar as fat instead of burning it for energy. So magnesium, it's needed. This is key here. Magnesium is needed to convert glucose into usable ATP. So deficiency in magnesium often shows up as fatigue and cravings. That's why before I started, working on my gut health, taking magnesium, this is 8 years ago, I had no energy. I felt like crap. I felt like absolute garbage all the time. Didn't have energy to go to the gym. Didn't have energy to play with my daughter. Was 18 months old at the time, something like that. And I just felt like crap. I just laid on the couch. And so many people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, so many men especially, they feel like crap. They live on caffeine. They live on Red Bulls, and they don't understand why. They don't understand what's happening. They just think that that's aging. I thought that was just aging. So yeah, magnesium. I got a great magnesium supplement for you too, if you're looking for one. Okay, moving on to, I got 5 minutes left. I got 3 more to go. So sugar awareness. I posted a few days ago on Facebook. What would you rather do? What was it? What would you rather do? Give up sugar or I can't even remember now. Or caffeine. Sugar or caffeine. Most people said sugar. They'd rather give up sugar than caffeine. So sugar is not evil. Your brain needs sugar to function. And added sugar is the problem. Artificial sugars are the problem. High fructose corn syrup is the problem. Eating too much added sugar is the problem. So also when you eat the sugar, if you're eating that sugar late at night and you're not pairing it with some protein, that's an issue. That's going to spike up your insulin and mess up your sleep, give you poor quality sleep. So make sure you're pairing that sugar with protein. Avoid eating sweets late at night when possible, and just overall just try to reduce it, okay? Just try to reduce the amount of sugar you're having. Like the other things I've talked about. I'm not saying eliminate it. Just cut back. Be mindful about the amount of sugar that you're consuming. Instead of having the full slice of cake, have a half slice. Okay? Split it with somebody. Next one. This is the most important one, I think. It's a mindset thing. Consistency beats intensity. So many times with health, people want to dive in hardcore. They want to go carnivore. They want to do keto. They want to do 18-hour intermittent fasting. Just boom, doing it tomorrow. Blah! And they run into it screaming. And then they get into it for a week, a month, whatever, several months, and they're just, I can't do this anymore. It's just terrible. I'm not having any fun. I can't go out to dinner with my friends. I got to dinner with my wife. I'm family functions. I'm bringing my own food to it, and it's not sustainable. So you need to find something. You need to find a system that is sustainable, that is repeatable, that is something that you can do every single day, because health is a lifestyle. And to build a healthy lifestyle, you have to build healthy habits that you can do, that you can repeat day after day after day. And it's got to be stuff that you enjoy, got to be stuff that you like. You have to be able to include, things that are important to you. If having, some beers on the weekend's important, you got to be able to include that. If, eating things like buffalo chicken dip and ice cream, things like that, you got to be able to include those things. So how are you going to structure your life to include those things yet meet your goals? Maybe you want to lose 30 pounds. Maybe you want to add more muscle. Maybe you want to address acid reflux and treat it naturally rather than using pharmaceuticals that actually exacerbate the problem. So these are things that you can look at. These are things that can be done, okay, with consistency. Number 10, decide who you're becoming in 2026. So identity, knowing what you want to do in 2026, who you want to be, all right? You want to set clear, measurable goals, and you want to, set achievable daily and weekly actions that are going to get you to those goals. And also, maybe more important than anything else with being consistent is understanding that there are going to be days that you're going to miss and not do the things that you have on your actions. And what separates the winners from the losers, the winners, the next day, they go back, say, okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it today. I missed yesterday. Okay, I'm going to do it today. And maybe you'll miss a week. Man, that was a terrible week. I'm starting that again on Monday. It's the first day, the rest of my life, I'm starting again on Monday. You don't quit. Consistency, it builds and it builds and it builds. And you get to a point where you get used to living this way. and you look forward to these things. I've done this recently with the flow that I talked about, the lymphatic flow. I've incorporated that in, and I've incorporated push-ups into my health routine, where I now, if I don't do it, if I don't do my flow, if I don't do my push-ups, I feel like something is missing. And do I miss days? Yes, I missed yesterday because it was a busy day. We served at church in the morning. It snowed 7 inches. I was out shoveling snow early in the morning. We had to get to church, came home, had to do things around the house. We went over to my in-laws to celebrate our Christmas with them. We came back. It was 10 o'clock at night. I was exhausted. I didn't get it done. Guess what? I did it first thing today because it's ingrained in me. All right. That is consistency. And that is how you achieve health goals over time. Health goals don't happen overnight. They happen over time. So call to action here. If you're interested, I am going to be hosting with some friends a healthy habits group in 2026. I can help you get started now, not waiting until 2026. Some of the things we're going to be doing is picking some daily movement that you're going to gun for every single day, and you're going to tailor all of this to meet whatever goal or goals that you have to achieve from a health standpoint. Maybe the daily movement could be walking, running, doing the flow, doing resistance training, whatever, a mix of all of them. Picking a supplement stack to help you reach those goals. Weight loss, gut health, detox, whatever it is, energy, whatever it is, finding the right supplements to fill those gaps to meet those goals. And then picking a food diet metric to help you measure to meet those goals. A certain amount of protein, replacing a meal with a shake a certain number of days every single week. Things like that. So that's what I'm excited about going into 2026. I've been able to incorporate a lot of this stuff into my life, and I want to help other people to do the same thing. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me, send me an email, john@lionsofliberty.com. Get at me on Twitter or Instagram @JohnOdermatt, or find me on Facebook. You'll recognize my face, I'm sure. So don't wait for the calendar to flip, guys. Get started working on your health today, thrive through the holidays, and launch yourself into a healthy and consistent 2026. All right. I will see you all next week with another great show. In the meantime, always remember to keep your head up and those fires of liberty burning.